Bagi kami, Merapi bukan hanya sekedar bentuk fisik. Konsep waktu dan peristiwa yang kita alami sehari-hari.
My name is Riar Rizaldi. I work as a artist and filmmaker. I came from Indonesia. I'm currently also based in Indonesia. No, it's not my first visit to Korea, but it's my first visit to here in Gwangju. Yeah, Korean art scene for me is very vibrant. It's also very diverse in terms of practices, so you can have a lot of like a experience a different kind of like artistic practice in here, which I find it's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, some of my films is very like, I don't know, like informative, and there's so much data in it and based on research. So sometimes people could get like very convoluted with it. But my main idea to make film is for the audience to experience it sensorially. So the audience came and then really immerse in the world that I'm building, because I'm also fascinated with the idea of a world building. So for me, sensorial experience is the most important thing for the audience. Yeah, so aside this kind of like immersivity, I think story is also and concept is very important for me in terms of like filmmaking, because my films mostly it's very conceptual, and then story in the sense that because I'm really interested in like fiction, and then my film is kind of like this connection between fiction and non-fiction. So for me, the most important is this how I created this story and the world in the films.
In some sense, the monster is a horrific fiction.
Yeah, it's so that films Notes from Gok Magok was made during my residency in MMCA in Seoul, and it was at the time I was very interested in this company Samsung, because I found it that in here in Korea Samsung is operating almost beyond the state. It has hospital, it even has a funeral house. So there's some sort of kind of like this strong connection with the people here in Korea, but also beyond Korea. And then I'm thinking about this, the company thinking like some kind of like a ghostly entities, like bigger entities that people could not comprehend. So my idea is to play with this idea of a ghost, and also like a company that is bigger than people's life, and connected it in order to kind of like see how there's a social and political connection between people here in Korea and beyond Korea, actually internationally, with this company.
Untuk diakses. Hardware yang berasal dari bumi kini membatu kokoh termineralisasi.
So the project I did in Liam is a film, but also an audio piece and an installation. So this whole project is actually very connected in terms of the spirits and the idea and concept with my other projects, which is also shown here in ACC. Most of the time, my project is all about the idea of refusal, or refusing technological advancement, refusing future, and the project in Liam is on this idea of an aesthetic of withdrawal and refusal, which is very much connected to the whole films that I've shown here. Yeah, I grew up really consuming a lot of like a horror films, horror cinema, and also science fiction novel. I read a lot of science fiction novels, and because of this, because of this product, like a horror and science fiction, it's informed my practice, and it's also makes me interested in this idea of alien ghosts or whatever. And then I always connected this idea of alien ghosts, like these entities, monsters, to this idea of fear. And then especially fear of the unknown. So it's kind of like symbolize this, that you are somehow could not comprehend the idea of the unknown. That's include future, and also especially like technological advancements, because sometimes you're only a consumer, so you don't necessarily understand how technology are operating. So this kind of like symbolize the whole idea of a ghost, alien, whatever, symbolize this the fear of the unknown, of future, technology, etc. Yeah, so I'm always interested with this idea that supposed to be not a singular in the sense that because now it seems that almost our prediction or our idea of future is determined by, I don't know, technology. You know, like we were thinking a lot about future is like full of this technological gadget, etc. So I was thinking that actually maybe there's another kind of alternative in thinking about future, which is not comes from the Western scientific, idea, but it's more about this kind of like plurality of an alternative idea of future. So my project, my whole body of works is actually all about this thinking about alternative way of a future based on probably different kind of culture or different kind of understanding of technology. So it's very connected with the whole envisioning future in AC in this festivals.
Karena dulunya bukan dibom.
Ya, karena banyak yang bilang dibom.
Padahal tidak.
So I've shown my work in Korea quite often, maybe 4 or 5 times, and there's always this kind of like very interesting engagement and discussion with Korean audience. So I really like this, dialogue with my work and the Korean audience, and I think maybe the work resonate with many people in here. And for me, it's like I'm always looking forward to be engaged with the Korean audience.
Mereka mengkanibalkannya, bukan untuk berpikir secara ekologis.
I work in many projects now, maybe 2 or 3, but the bigger one is a Future Films. It's a project about this a group of ritualists who are like doing rituals on the beach in Indonesia, in the southern part of Indonesia, when they were swept by the waves, and then it's very much connected to this oceanographers' idea on the sea level rising in Indonesia. So the whole film is this tension between ritual, magic, and science. So I'm currently developing that film. I think it's a very great festival. This ACT festival this year. It has a great lineup. Not because I'm here, but the other artist is very excellent. And I'm really looking forward for their next edition or like whatever, like next 1 year, 2 years editions. I hope I can also visit it again. So encourage people to come to see this festival. Yeah.